This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
Welcome back into Collegiate Sports in First Bank and Trust Arena. I'm Ben Anderson here for the second game of our Blue Out doubleheader here in South Dakota State University. The men's team going to take a stab at it now after the women's team dropped the first game of this doubleheader 68-76 against the North Dakota State Bison. And now the men's team going to be taking on the Kansas City Roos here at home. The Jackrabbits are 9-10 overall and 2-2 in the conference here for the men's team. That record 6-1 at home, 2-5 away. So the Jackrabbits stand to gain from the home field advantage here tonight. Kansas City is 4-15 overall and 1-4 in the conference. They beat Omaha earlier this month. So we'll keep an eye out through this game. Should be easily a win for the Jackrabbits, but we'll see. I've seen crazier stuff happen here. The Roos could put up a fight in this second game of the doubleheader. The Jackrabbits looking for an easy win. Maybe that's not going to happen. With a win here, the Jackrabbits could advance to 3-2 in the conference, beat that 500 record in the Summit League, set themselves up for success throughout March. But all remains to be seen. Starting five for Kansas City is Carmelo Branch, number 0. Jason Petty, number 1. C.J. Evans, number 2. Chris Dockery, number 4. And Jerome Palm, number 33. That's the starting five for Kansas City. Now we will get the starting group for South Dakota State University. Starting group here for the Jackrabbits. Going to start off here strong with a guard at 6'3", sophomore to White River, South Dakota, number 3, Joe Seiler. Second for the Jackrabbits, guard at 6'3", a junior out of DeSmet, South Dakota, number 10, Kaylin Gary. Third for the Jackrabbits, a guard at 6 foot, sophomore to Bellevue, Nebraska, number 14, it's Jaden Jackson. Standing at 6'7", the forward, senior out of Yankton, South Dakota, it's number 11, Matthew Morse. Last, certainly not least, center at 6'10", a redshirt freshman out of DeSmet, South Dakota, sophomore, is center number 34, Damon Wilkinson. Damon Wilkinson and Alex Squires often tag team in that center role, both standing at 6'10". Damon, the sophomore to DeSmet. Alex Squires, the redshirt freshman out of Volga, South Dakota. Damon, number 34. Alex Squires, number 35. Often tag team in that center position. Both very strong players for this Jackrabbit lineup. 20 minutes going to go up on the scoreboard here in First Bank and Trust Arena. The first half about to get underway. The women couldn't get it done. Can the men do it here against the Kansas City Roos in this doubleheader matchup, game number 2? So glad to be back here in First Bank and Trust Arena doing some basketball here in January. going to be Damon Wilkinson out there for the Jackrabbits at the jump ball to kick this one off. And jump that one a little bit early from the Roos. Damon Wilkinson's going to win the jump ball. We started off here with Jaden Jackson. And Jackson going to be passing in for Damon Wilkinson. Wilkinson working against defender now. And a travel going to be called on Wilkinson. Not the way you want to start it off. 19:48 going to be remaining here in the first half. And the Kansas City Roos going to get a chance with the basketball now after the travel by Wilkinson. I believe that's C.J. Evans. Wow, the jerseys are hard to read from Kansas City. A quick bucket in there from Carmelo Branch. The Roos on top first. But the Roos wearing light gray and light blue, and the numbers in light blue, hard to read on those jerseys. I'll try to get them the best I can for you. The Jackrabbits with the basketball now down by 2. It's Kalen Gary diving forward for the 2-point bucket. Tied up at 2, just over 19 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Roos with the basketball on the far side. Coming to the near side now, it's Jerome Palm. Palm gets stolen away. Kalen Gary with the basketball for the Jackrabbits. Up on the left side of the three-point line, center to Matthew Moores. Bounce pass in, Damon Wilkinson. Wilkinson working against defender, turnaround, tried to go for 2, couldn't make it. We'll stay tied at 2 points apiece. It's 18:45 remaining in the first. Here is Carmelo Branch again, passing over to C.J. Evans for the Roos. Inside Jerome Palm for the Roos. Working against Matthew Moores and Damon Wilkinson. Here is Jason Petty. Up for 2 is C.J. Evans, and he'll make that bucket. The Kansas City Roos will stay on top 4-2. Just over 18 minutes remain in the first half. Matthew Moore's pass right. It's Kalen Gary, center three-point arc. Here is Kalen Gary with a spoon move. Pass out. Here is Joe Seiler. Pass to his left. Wilkinson back to Seiler. Seiler's working on the left side. Here he moves inside the paint. Out. He tried for Jaden Jackson, but that one goes out of bounds. 18 minutes remaining in the first. And the Roos lead it by 2. It's 4-2. C.J. Evans up the court now for Kansas City. Poked away, Matthew Moores on a breakaway. Couldn't get quite in front of Evans, and this one off the glass, a whistle. They call goaltending on the Roos, and the Moores basket will count. So it'll be 4-4 after the goaltending call. 17:37 remains in the first half. Jason Petty gives to Carmelo Branch, and he shoots a three-pointer and makes that one. 7-4. And getting in the face of Kalen Gary was Branch after that three-point shot. Getting chippy early here as the Roos lead by 3. Spin move, Damon Wilkinson up for 2, and it's good. 7-6, Jacks down by 1. Just over 17 minutes remain in the first half. Jason Petty for the Roos. Pass broken up by Kalen Gary. Breakaway, and in for 2. It's Kalen Gary. Under 17 minutes remain now in the first half. With the basketball, it's C.J. Evans for Kansas City. Spinning now, giving to Jason Petty. Petty outside to Carmelo Branch. Branch in to Jerome Palm. Palm back over to Branch. Branch to Evans for 3. And it's a three-point bucket for C.J. Evans. It's 10-8. Jacks down by 2. Jackson with it. Matthew Moore's center three-point arc was looking for space there. He passes out to Jackson. Over to Damon Wilkinson on the right side. Here's Kalen Gary moving inside the paint now. Gary against the defender, lost control. The basketball stolen away there by Jerome Palm and the Kansas City Roos. Here is C.J. Evans. Give. Deep 3 coming in, and it's nothing but net from Carmelo Branch. 13-8. Jackrabbits down by 5. Here is Jaden Jackson for the Jacks. He passes to his left, Damon Wilkinson. Inside, underneath the basket, wide open, Jaden Jackson with a 2-point bucket. Sub 16 minutes now in the first half. looking to pass Jason Petty. He gets it over to C.J. Evans. Inside now, Jerome Palm. Palm looks to Branch. Branch over C.J. Evans. Was wide open for three. Decides to push it inside against Jane Jackson. Evans up for two. Off the glass, no good. Goes out of bounds. They'll say Joe Seiler touched it last. And the Roos will inbound it. Media timeout going to be taken here in the first half. 15:21 remains in this half. We'll be back after the media timeout.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by Kraft. Great food, fresh flavors, and a local touch. That's Kraft. From mouth-watering sandwiches and crisp salads to juicy burgers, steak, and pasta, there's something for everyone. Experience their famous cheesecake. Handcrafted and family-owned, you can find Kraft on the corner of 6th Street and Maderi. Reservations are appreciated.
There are many things in life that can get in the way of a great night's sleep. Your bed doesn't have to be one of them. You can find many options for your nest bed at the locally owned and operated Mattress by Appointment, located both in Brookings and Watertown. Mattress by Appointment has a wide selection of mattresses at prices below traditional retail stores. To make an appointment, you can text or call them at 605-695-8223. Mattress by Appointment is a proud sponsor of KSDJ 90.7.
Welcome back in here. Still in the media timeout, but it's 15:21 remaining in the first half. The Kansas City Roos lead the Jackrabbits 13-10. This Jackrabbit team, head coached by Brian Peterson, who came onto the squad earlier last year to coach this team up, and had some challenges with the transfer portal. A lot of those starting players headed to bigger and brighter things and having to rebuild here with the program. Able to maintain a 9-10 record here. Currently down against the Roos. The Roos are 4-15 overall this year. Jack's down by 3. Kansas City to inbound. 15:21 on the clock. Starts now. Inbounded and a corner three taken and bounces off the rim. Matthew Moore's on the rebound. Here into the game for the first time for the Jackrabbits is Luke Hurdle. And over here to Jaden Jackson. Bubs Alvarez in there now for the Jackrabbits, as well as Alex Squires. Jaden Jackson pulls up from the free throw line for 2. And Kansas City still leads by 1. It'll make it 13-12 after the Jaden Jackson bucket. Here is Jerome Palm for the Roos, giving to Carmelo Branch. Branch over to Palm again. Back over to Keisham Grady. And a whistle before the shot. 3-point attempted by Jason Petty. Foul on Alex Squires. First team foul for the Jackrabbits. Inbound from the Roos. It is C.J. Evans in to Jason Petty. Back over to Evans, working against Bubs Alvarez. And Evans gets it stolen away. Matthew Moore's here again with the basketball, passing over to Hurdle. And gets it out to Alex Squires. Here is Matthew Moore. Spin move inside the paint. Back out. Bubs Alvarez was wide open for 3. Decides to take it in. Goes up for 2 and an arcing 2-point bucket there for Bubs Alvarez. 14 minutes remain in the first half. C.J. Evans with the basketball for the Roos. Hands it over to Jason Petty. Here comes a deep two from Jerome Palm, and that's cashed in. 15-14. Jackrabbits down by 1. Here's Matthew Moores inside the paint now. Moores losing control of the basketball, passes out to Luke Hadel. And this one over wide open corner 3 attempt. Jason Petty is no good. Taken away by Matthew Moores over here to Jerome Jackson. And it's Hurdle again as he loses control of it, and it goes out of bounds on his touch. Visibly upset after that one. 13-12. Remaining in the first half, the Kansas City Roos lead the Jackrabbits 15-14. And just some stoppage here as we make some substitutions. The Roos are going to inbound it. Get it in to Jamaria Clark. He's got the basketball now. He's going to pass over to his teammate on the far side. I think that was Jason Petty. Clark with it again. And a three-point, now a deep two comes in, and it rims out. Bubs Alvarez on the rebound for the Jackrabbits as he moves up the right side. 12:44 remaining in the first half. Here is Alvarez, gives to Alex Squires. Underneath the basket, getting double-teamed. Alex Squires, tough 2 points. 16-15, Jacks lead it by 1 now. 12:30 remaining in the first half. Kasheem Grady II with the basketball. Gets it over to Adarian Scott. And back outside. And Grady II takes the shot. Alex Squires with the rebound as that one was no good. And a whistle.
Foul at number 8, Trey Booker Lowry, his first team foul on the Roos.
Trey Booker Lowry picks up a foul for Kansas City. And Jaden Jackson will have it for the Jackrabbits moving into Roo territory now. Gives to Alex Squires outside the three-point line. Passes to the right. That one is Caleb Ditzel. Here is Jaden Jackson for 2. Alex Squires trying for the alley-oop. He couldn't quite get it done. Whistle comes in.
Foul at number 3.
Foul coming in
His second team foul.
on the Roos. So, second team foul for Kansas City. We're going to take a media timeout. Jackrabbits lead it 16-15. We'll be back after this.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
So what's a great way to spread awareness that driving high is illegal everywhere? A catchy song, of course.
You can run, but you can't drive high. You can run, but you can't drive high.
Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Coming at you after the Media timeout. Jackrabbits lead the Roos 16-15. Jackrabbits with a narrow 1-point lead in this one. 11:52 remains in the first half. Taking a look at some playmakers here for the Jackrabbits. Currently leading the team in points is Kalen Gary. He's got 4 of them. Matthew Moores with 2 rebounds. Kalen Gary leads the team in assists with 1 so far. Still plenty of game to play. Current trend right now, the Jackrabbits have made 7 of their last 7 field goal attempts. Still only on the Roos by 1. The Jackrabbits have not attempted any three-point shots, but the Kansas City Roos have made 3 of their 6 attempts on three-pointers. That's the deciding factor right now. At the line, shooting 2, it's Alex Squires for the Jackrabbits. First one, too far to the right, hit the rim and out. Second shot coming up here from Alex Squire. And that one rims off as well. 0 for 2 there from Alex Squires. Roos with the basketball after the missed attempts. Here is Jamaria Clark. Deep 3. That's off the front of the rim, no good. Fighting for the rebound. The Roos come up with it. It's back out to Jamaria Clark. He hands it off Jason Petty. Petty runs into the wall of Alex Squires, and here's a whistle. Alex Squires going to pick up his second foul, second team foul for the Jackrabbits. 11:30 remains in the first half. 16-15 the score. The Jackrabbits ahead by 1. 13 seconds on the shot clock, and the Roos will inbound in Jackrabbit territory. Kansas City in to the right. Get it in for Carmelo Branch. Three-point shot coming in here, short off the front rim. Here is Damon Wilkinson on the rebound for the Jacks. Over to Joe Seiler. Seiler moves left. Inside the paint now, Seiler passing out. Bubs Alvarez looks to pull up for a 3, decides not to. Forces it inside the paint, up for 2. Couldn't quite come up with it, but a whistle. Foul coming in there on Carmelo Branch, his first foul, third team foul for the Roos. Bubs Alvarez will get 2 chances at the line. Alvarez with 2 points on the day, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Looking to add to that total now. First shot is up and good. Second shot from Alvarez. Off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound by the Roos. Here it was Jerome Palm. 17-15. Jacks by 2. Just over 11 minutes remain in the first half. Dribbling between his legs, it's Clark and the Roos moving forward. With the basketball now, it is Adarian Scott. Here is a three-point shot from Palm, and that one rims off no good. And rebounded by his teammate. Scott up for 2, able to complete that play and tie us up at 17. 10:38 remaining in the first half. It is Damon Wilkinson with the basketball now. Spin move against the defender. Up for 2, Damon Wilkinson with a layup. 19-17, Jacks by 2. Damon Wilkinson with 4 points on the day now. 10:22 remains in the first half. Spin move here from C.J. Evans. He passes out. Gets it to Carmelo Branch. Branch for 3. That one off the glass, no good. Rebounded by the Roos. Second chance from Scott is no good. Whistle stops play. Damon Wilkinson going to pick up his first foul. Third team foul for the Jackrabbits. They'll send Adarian Scott to the line to shoot 2. Looks like Scott might have to check out, maybe facing an injury right now. Looking at his right hand. He was up to shoot 2 after the contact from Damon Wilkinson. We'll see. The trainer seems to be looking at his right hand right now. Both games of this doubleheader, very close ones. Jackrabbits taking on the Bison and the women's side of things. The first game, very close game throughout, and this one looks to be the same. 19-17 right now. Jack's ahead by 2. Scott looking to change it. He makes the first. And a Darian Scott on his second free throw to tie things up at 19. The shot up and good. We're tied at 19 with just over 10 minutes remaining in the first half. Joe Seiler with the basketball. Across half court now, moving left. Looks to Kaylin Gary. Inside, Damon Wilkinson against the defender. Lost control of the basketball. Whistle.
Foul number 23, Darian Scott.
Foul on Darian Scott. His first foul, 4th team foul for the Roos. Just under 10 minutes remain here in the first half. Matthew Moores with the basketball now. Give to Kaylin Gary. Gary on the left side, looking right. Joe Seiler, deep 3. That's nothing but net. Joe Seiler.
Joe Seiler.
22-19 after the 3-point bucket from Joe Seiler. Jackrabbits lead it by 3. Kansas City with the basketball now. It's Darian Scott. Here is Kashin Grady II over to C.J. Evans, who's at center 3-point line now. 3-second shot clock. C.J. Evans up for 2. No good with an assist there by Scott, poking it in for 2. 22-21. Jacks up by 1. Just over 9 minutes remain in the first half. Here is Matthew Moore's left side. Give to Joe Seiler. Seiler for 3 again. That one wide right. And a help from Damon Wilkinson and Luke Hurdle. Keep that thing alive. And it'll be 24-21. The Jackrabbits leading it by 3. 8:39 remaining in the first half. As this one comes up. And Damon Wilkinson able to get the rebound. Matthew Moores on a breakaway. Dunked it in the face of a defender. Matthew Moores. Foul on Grady the second. It'll be an and 1 on the dunk for Matthew Moores.
Number 1, Jason Petty.
8:28 remaining in the first half. The Jackrabbits by 5. Matthew Moore's at the line, shooting 1. And 1 from Moore's is up and good. Completing that play, a 3-point swing from Matthew Moore's at 27-21. The Jackrabbits will be up by 6 now with 8:25 remaining in the first half. Here is C.J. Evans against Kaylin Gary. Evans moving near side, inside the paint now, up for 2. Evans, no good off the front of the rim. Damon Wilkinson, rebound, stole by C.J. Evans. Wide open on the backside is Chris Dockery, in for 2. The Roos with a steal and score there. Under 8 minutes remaining in the first. 27-23 the score. Jacks by 4. Damon Wilkinson inside now, working against Palm. He passes out to Matthew Moores. Back over to Damon Wilkinson. Wilkinson has time. He tries to force one in there. Couldn't make it happen. Taken away by Kansas City. It's Chris Dockery. Here is the far side for the Roos. Working against Jaden Jackson. It is Jason Petty for 2. No good. Taken away by Kaylin Gary. Dominant inside the paint there for the rebound. Gary gets it over Jane Jackson. Wide open 3. That's off the rim. No good. And the rebound comes in for the Roos. Whistle stops play. We're going to get a timeout here. I think it's going to be we're going to get a foul on Kaylin Gary. 4th team foul here for the Jackrabbits. 27-23. Jackrabbits leading by 4, 7:19 remaining in the first. We have a media timeout. We'll be back after this on Collegiate Sports.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
Welcome back in here for the first half of action in First Bank and Trust Arena. Jackrabbit men's basketball squad taking on the Kansas City Roos. It's 27-23. The Jackrabbits ahead by 4. 7:19 remaining in the first half. We're in a media timeout right now. Roos just picked up their 5th team foul. The Jackrabbits with 4, getting close to the bonus here. Just a couple more here for Kansas City to give. Taking a look at some team stats. The Jackrabbits shooting 75% on field goals. They're 12 for 16 attempts compared to the Roos' 43 field goal percentage and 9 for 21. 3-point shots. The Jackrabbits hitting 1 for 3. The Roos 3 for 10. Free throws 2 for 2 for the Roos, 2 for 5 for SDSU. The Jacks have 6 turnovers compared to the Roos' 4. And both teams with 9 rebounds. Leading the team for Kansas City, it's Carmel Branch with 8 points and Damon Wilkinson for SDSU with 6. Roos will have the basketball after this media timeout. It will be C.J. Evans moving up the court now. We're against Jane Jackson. Passing over to his teammate. Given to Carmelo Branch. Branch to C.J. Evans. Evans across to Jason Petty. Petty over to Evans again. Back Petty. Petty 3-point line against Seiler. Up for 3. No good. Front of the rim. Jane Jackson over to Seiler, who was looking for the alley-oop from Matthew Moores. And Seiler did not get that high enough for Matthew. Came in too quick with that one. 6:46 remains in the first half. Jacks still lead it by 4. Went out of bounds. And the Jackrabbits will inbound here. Seiler with it. Inside the paint, up for 2. Off the rim, no good. Kansas City takes it away. 6:32 remains in the first half. Here is Chris Dockery. Over to Jerome Palm. Here is C.J. Evans inside to Palm again. Palm getting double teamed now. Tried for the backside pass, couldn't get it. Damon Wilkinson stole it away. Jane Jackson to Matthew Moores with another dunk. Second of the day for Matthew Moores. 6 minutes remain in the first half. Second dunk of the day for Matthew Moores. It's 29-23. Jackrabbits lead it by 6. C.J. Evans gives it over to Carmelo Branch as Kalen Gary fell down on the defense. No opportunities there. 5-second shot clock for Kansas City. Here is C.J. Evans against Moores. Up for 2, no good. Matthew Moores on the rebound. Here is Jane Jackson. Center 3-point line. He'll shoot it. That's off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound, Jerome Palm for Kansas City. Passes to his right, Carmelo Branch. Branch moves inside now, stepping outside the 3-point line, working against Kalen Gary. Hands it over to Jason Petty. Quick pass inside for Palm, up for 2. He'll get the bucket. 29-25. Jacks up by 4. 5:08 remaining in the first, and a whistle timeout going to be taken by Kansas City. We'll take it with them. Be back here in 30 seconds on Collegiate Sports.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings ParkWest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, ParkWest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. ParkWest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
Jacks lead this one after the Kansas City timeout, 29-25. 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Jaden Jackson gets it over to Kalen Gary off the inbound. Here's Bubs Alvarez trying for two. He could not force it through the block of Darian Scott. Here the Roos will have the basketball in Jackrabbit territory. Three-point shot coming in, nothing but net. Kashin Grady the second, a wide open opportunity for three. It'll make it a 1-point game. Jacks with the lead 29-28. 4:40 remaining in the first half. Bubs Alvarez on the left side gives Kalen Gary center three-point line. Moving inside now. Gary up for two and could not make it happen. Looked like it wanted to fall but doesn't. It's taken away by Kansas City. Quick up the court. And now all the way across here. Wide open opportunity. Carmelo Branch as Kalen Gary over pursued. Branch misses the three-point opportunity. He'll get the ball back as the Roos get the rebound. Here's a point up for C.J. Evans as he'll make the two-point shot, and it'll take the lead for Kansas City. It's 30-29. The Jacks down by 1. Matthew Morris gives over to Bubs Alvarez. Sub 4 minutes now in the first half. Here's Jaden Jackson inside the paint. Looks right. Matthew Morris for three. Nothing but net. Matthew Morris three-pointer. Matthew Morris having a stellar game. Just made that three-point shot. He's got 10 points on the night. 3:33 remaining in the first half. 32-30. The Jackrabbits leading by 2. Here is Branch, who tried for a tough bucket. Couldn't get it. Stolen away by Jaden Jackson. Jackson tried to put it up for two. It's blocked. He gets the recovery. Bubs Alvarez has it now on the left side corner. Alvarez inside the paint, looking towards the basket. And a whistle. Foul coming in here on somebody.
Number 7, Sheen Grady the second, his second, 16 foul.
Kashin Grady the second picks up a foul. 6-team foul for the Roos. 3:12 remaining in the first half. Jackrabbits lead it 32-30. We're in a media timeout. We'll take it with them. Be back here after the timeout on Collegiate Sports.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by Kraft. Great food, fresh flavors, and a local touch. That's Kraft. From mouth-watering sandwiches and crisp salads to juicy burgers, steak, and pasta, there's something for everyone. Experience their famous cheesecake. Handcrafted and family-owned, you can find Kraft on the corner of 6th Street and Maderi. Reservations are appreciated.
There are many things in life that can get in the way of a great night's sleep. Your bed doesn't have to be one of them. You can find many options for your nest bed at the locally owned and operated Mattress by Appointment, located both in Brookings and Watertown. Mattress by Appointment has a wide selection of mattresses at prices below traditional retail stores. To make an appointment, you can text or call them at 605-695-8223. Mattress by Appointment is a proud sponsor of KSDJ 90.7.
12 remains on the clock here in the first half. The Jackrabbits lead it 32-30 over Kansas City. Roos with 16 fouls so far. Got to watch that one in the last 3 minutes here. Leading the team for Kansas City is C.J. Evans with 9 points. Jerome Palm has their rebounds with 4. And C.J. Evans again with their assists at 5. SDSU's team highs go to Matthew Moores with 10 points. Matthew Moores with 4 rebounds. And Kalen Gary, 3 assists. Coming back here after the media timeout, the Jackrabbits headed back out on the court now. Matthew Moore's having a great game. Again, 10 points, 4 rebounds, and assists, and a steal for Matthew Moore's. Setting up for some free throws here. No, going to be an inbound, for Jaden Jackson. Fouled as we entered that media timeout. So Jackson to inbound. Gets it to Bubs Alvarez outside the three-point line. Alvarez to his left, that's Jaden Jackson again. Inside here for Alex Squires. Squires against the defender. Spin move, lost control of the basketball, goes out of bounds. And Kansas City will take it. 3 minutes remaining in the first half. Kansas City with it. And moving into Jackrabbit territory. Jacks with a narrow 2-point lead here. C.J. Evans gives to Scott. Scott bounce pass out of bounds. It was intended for Jerome Palm. The Jackrabbits going to take it away there on a miscue. Matthew Moore's inbounds, Jane Jackson. 2:40 remaining in the first half. Jackson moves to the left. Bubs Alvarez there. Alvarez gives to Squires. Over to Matthew Moores, center three-point line. Moores left. There is Jane Jackson. Kalen Gary out on the left side corner. Gary inside Alex Squires. 10 seconds on the shot clock now. Gary bounce pass Squires up for 2, in, and Squires forces his way in for a 2-point bucket. 34-30. The Jackrabbits lead it by 4. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Here is C.J. Evans. Give to Jerome Palm. Palm over to Carmelo Branch, stolen away there by Squires. Squires got tripped up on the outside edge, and ball is going to be tied up there by Matthew Moores, and Carmelo Branch will be a jump ball. 2:01 is when the clock stopped. Jacks leading by 4. Jump ball possession is for Kansas City. 11 seconds on the shot clock. And Kansas City to inbound, it's Palm. 9 seconds on the shot clock now. Have to make something happen here for Kansas City. C.J. Evans, 5 seconds, up quickly for 2. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by the Jackrabbits, but they poke it in for 2 on the second chance. The Roos on a second chance shot, get it in for 2. It's 34-32. The Jackrabbits are up by 2, under 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Ball heads out of bounds quickly. Jaden Jackson to inbound for the Jackrabbits in Roo territory. Got it into Alex Squires. Squires gives Jaden Jackson. Jackson got blocked as he tried to get up there. Matthew Moore's on the recovery. Here's Kalen Gary. Gary up for a 2-point on a spin move. Got it through. Kalen Gary on a nice 2-point bucket. 36-32. The Jackrabbits lead by 4. Just over a minute remaining here in the first half. With the basketball now, it is Jerome Palm. That's a Darian Scott. Scott with it. Gives inside to Jerome Palm. Palm inside the paint. Up for 2. Got blocked. They're going to say a jump ball forced by Alex Squires. Jackrabbits possession. Thought a foul was coming in there, but no, a jump ball called. And the Jackrabbit possession here with the 58 seconds remaining in the first half. Matthew Moores is going to get a chance to inbound it here. Moore's in to Jaden Jackson. Jackson give to Matthew Moores. Moores across here to Kalen Gary. Gary forward inside the paint. Kalen Gary across. Joe Seiler, corner three. That's off the rim, no good. Rebound by Matthew Moores. Kalen Gary for three, off the rim, no good. This time rebounded by the Roos. 31 seconds remaining. There's more time on the game clock than the shot clock. There's about a difference of 4 or 5 seconds. C.J. Evans has it at center court. He's going to let the time run down here a little bit. Shot clock down at 10 seconds. 15 on the game. 7 seconds. 6. C.J. Evans pulls up for three. A deep one. Rims off. No good. Alex Squires rebound. 5 seconds left on the game clock for Alex Squires. Give to Jaden Jackson. 1 second. Half-court shot. Jaden Jackson. That one hit the glass. No good. That's the end of the first. Jack's leading it to end out the first half. 36-32. 4-point lead headed into the second. We'll reset with 20 minutes, and we'll give you a halftime report here halfway through our half. Just stick around. We'll give you all the stat leaders and what's coming up for Jackrabbit Athletics, and we'll give you the second half of play after this.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7. This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by Kraft. Great food, fresh flavors, and a local touch. That's Kraft. From mouth-watering sandwiches and crisp salads to juicy burgers, steak, and pasta, there's something for everyone. Experience their famous cheesecake. Handcrafted and family-owned, you can find Kraft on the corner of 6th Street and Maderi. Reservations are appreciated.
There are many things in life that can get in the way of a great night's sleep. Your bed doesn't have to be one of them. You can find many options for your nest bed at the locally owned and operated Mattress by Appointment, located both in Brookings and Watertown. Mattress by Appointment has a wide selection of mattresses at prices below traditional retail stores. To make an appointment, you can text or call them at 605-695-8223. Mattress by Appointment is a proud sponsor of KSDJ 90.7.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
Stop. That dog does not want to be petted.
Just a little heads up before something bad happens.
Move your coffee cup away from your computer.
Oh, no.
So you can have more control.
Stop. You're texting your boss by mistake.
Uh-oh. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Warning. The cap is loose on that ketchup.
Don't wait. You have the power to change the outcome. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
So what's a great way to spread awareness that driving high is illegal everywhere? A catchy song, of course.
You can run, but you can't drive high. You can run, but you can't drive high.
Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Most people out here think that taking care of one another is important. And most people would step up for a neighbor going through a tough time. Most people around here help out friends and family when they need it. But the funny thing is, most of us won't look for help when we need it. Talk to someone if you're struggling with mental health. Because most people out here really care. Find more information at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
They are our cuddlers and coworkers, purr machines and love bugs, and constant companions. They are our pets, our family, and they make life so much better. When we face unexpected challenges in life, so do our pets. That's why we're on a mission to support people who love their pets and the pets who love their people, ensuring these families stay exactly where they belong, together. And you have something to offer. With an open heart and mind, there is nothing you can't do. There's no gesture too small or too big when it comes to helping. Whether donating a bag of kibble, sharing an Instagram post of a lost cat, or welcoming a foster pet into your home, every bit of kindness counts. You can help keep pets and people together. Visit petsandpeopletogether.org to learn how to be a helper in your community. This has been a public service announcement brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
Welcome into the Collegiate Sports Halftime Report. I'm Ben Anderson. Here it's 36-32. The Jackrabbits leading by 4. Got about 8 minutes, 40 seconds until the end of the half, and then we'll get the second half of things underway. Taking a look at Kansas City player stats right now. Carmelo Branch it's CJ Evans currently ahead. Followed by Carmelo Branch. C.J. Evans with 9 points, leading the team. 4 for 10 on field goals, 1 for 3 on three-pointers, 2 rebounds, 5 assists for Evans. Carmelo Branch, 8 points, 3 for 6 on field goals, 2 for 4 on three-point shots, and 1 assist for him. Taking a look at the SDSU side of things, currently leading the squad is Matthew Moores. He's got 10 points tonight, 4 for 5, 1 for 1 on three-pointers, 1 for 1 on free throws. Had that and one dunk earlier, unbelievable, and another dunk for Matthew Moores, 2 dunks on the board, and then the and one, and then a three-point shot. Matthew Moores just lighting it up today. 6 rebounds and 1 assist for him as well, followed by Kalen Gary and Damon Wilkinson, both tied at 6 points. Gary with 3 for 4 on field goals, 1 rebound and 4 assists as well. Damon Wilkinson, 6 points, 3 for 5 on field goals, 3 rebounds, 1 assist for him as well. Jane Jackson also got 4 points. Alex Squires with 4 as well. Joe Seiler hit a 3-point bucket earlier today as well. And Bubs Alvarez with an and one in there. Also for the Jackrabbits, taking a look at some team stats. Field goal percentage for Kansas City's at 40%. They're 12 for 30. Jackrabbit field goal percentage is at 59%, 16 for 27 there. Three-pointer percentage, 31% for Kansas City, 4 for 13. 29% for the Jackrabbits, 2 for 7. Free throw percentage, 100% for the Kansas City, they're 2 for 2. 40% for the Jackrabbits, 2 for 5. 7 turnovers for each team. 7 points off of turnovers for the Kansas City Roos, and 10 points off a turnover for the Jackrabbits. 16 rebounds for the Roos, 15 rebounds for the Jackrabbits. 10 of those defensive for Kansas City, 6 of them offensive, 12 of them defensive for the Jackrabbits, 3 of them offensive for the Jackrabbits as well in terms of rebounds. The Roos do have 8 second chance points compared to the Jackrabbits 4. Not making a huge difference right now, but the Roos certainly still in it. Jackrabbits have 26 points from the paint compared to the Roos 16, and 9 points off the fast break compared to the Roos 5. Jackrabbits have 1 block, the Roos with 2. Jackrabbits with 6 steals, the Roos with 3. And then total assists, 11 for the Jackrabbits, 8 for the Roos. Lead time for the Jackrabbits, 12 minutes and 40 seconds with the lead compared to the Roos, 5 minutes and 17 seconds with the lead there. That's our halftime stats. We got about 5 minutes, 35 seconds until the half is over. Let's take a look at what's coming up for Jackrabbit men's basketball here in the coming weeks. Taking a look at the upcoming schedule, they're going to head over to St. Paul, Minnesota, take on St. Thomas on January 22nd, that Thursday at 8 p.m. That'll be on the Jackrabbit Sports Network. Then going over to Omaha, Nebraska, taking on Omaha January 28th, that Wednesday at 7 p.m. That'll also be on the Jackrabbit Sports Network. Next time they come home is against Oral Roberts in First Bank Trust Arena. That'll be January 31st, that Saturday at 2 p.m. We should have it here for you on Collegiate Sports, so tune into that one if you're interested. That's what's coming up for Jackrabbit Athletics. Currently, the Jacks are 9-10 overall, 2-2 in the conference. Looking to improve those records here tonight against Kansas City. Got 4 minutes, 40 seconds till the end of the halftime, so we'll take another break. We'll be back for the second half of play here on Collegiate Sports.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7. This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by Kraft. Great food, fresh flavors, and a local touch. That's Kraft. From mouth-watering sandwiches and crisp salads to juicy burgers, steak, and pasta, there's something for everyone. Experience their famous cheesecake. Handcrafted and family-owned, you can find Kraft on the corner of 6th Street and Maderi. Reservations are appreciated.
There are many things in life that can get in the way of a great night's sleep. Your bed doesn't have to be one of them. You can find many options for your nest bed at the locally owned and operated Mattress by Appointment, located both in Brookings and Watertown. Mattress by Appointment has a wide selection of mattresses at prices below traditional retail stores. To make an appointment, you can text or call them at 605-695-8223. Mattress by Appointment is a proud sponsor of KSDJ 90.7.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training, and the very next day he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. My way of continuing my service is to help protect my community by being a responsible gun owner and by storing firearms safely. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
They are our cuddlers and coworkers, purr machines and love bugs, and constant companions. They are our pets, our family, and they make life so much better. When we face unexpected challenges in life, so do our pets. That's why we're on a mission to support people who love their pets, and the pets who love their people, ensuring these families stay exactly where they belong, together. And you have something to offer. With an open heart and mind, there's nothing you can't do. There's no gesture too small or too big when it comes to helping. Whether donating a bag of kibble, sharing an Instagram post of a lost cat, or welcoming a foster pet into your home, every bit of kindness counts. You can help keep pets and people together. Visit petsandpeopletogether.org to learn how to be a helper in your community. This has been a public service announcement brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
when the storm rolls in, my time to find a pet-friendly evacuation center will have run out.
The scorching heat wave will leave me powerless to cool my insulin.
I'll face a hurricane without meds. Now that's a tough pill to swallow.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Welcome back in here to First Bank and Trust Arena. The Jackrabbits getting geared up here for the second half of play against Kansas City. 36-32 the score. The Jacks lead it by 4. Matthew Moore's the star of this show for the Jackrabbit squad. Had 2 dunks, had an and one off of a dunk, and then hit a three-pointer. Matthew Morse leads the team in points at 10. $20 minutes going to go up on the clock. Second half about to get underway. And the Kansas City Roos will start with the basketball. C.J. Evans with the basketball now for Kansas City as he moves off to the right. Working against Jaden Jackson. Looking for space. Plenty of time here. Jerome Palm, spin move against Damon Wilkinson. Palm tries to go up for 2. He gets ahead of Wilkinson, able to do it. And the Roos on the board first here in the second half. Jacks still lead it by 2. 19:33 remaining in the second. Here's Jaden Jackson, gives to Damon Wilkinson. Wilkinson to Matthew Morse. Morse is outside the three-point line, looking to his left, then right. Trying to find someone open. Gets to Jaden Jackson. He's outside near the Jackrabbit logo. Here's Jaden Jackson pushing inside, stepping out, step back, looking for a three-point. Now inside, Damon Wilkinson up for 2. Damon Wilkinson with the layup. 38-34, the Jackrabbits up by 4. 19 minutes remaining in the game. C.J. Evans on that right side. Gets it over to Jerome Palm. He'll take a deep 2. That's off the front of the rim, no good. Jaden Jackson on the rebound. Jackson up the near side. Corner 3. Jaden Jackson drains it. The three-point shot is good. 41-34 after the three-pointer by Jaden Jackson. Jacks lead it by 6. 18:30 remains in the second. Jason Petty. Give to Jerome Palm. Palm hands it over to C.J. Evans. Evans loses control of the basketball. Damon Wilkinson tries to pick it up. Gets over to C.J. Evans again. Here wide open for 3. It's Branch. He airballs it with 1 second left on the shot clock. Here's Joe Seiler with the basketball now for the Jackrabbits. 18 minutes remaining in the game. Kalen Gary near side. Gary inside the paint. Up for 2. Kalen Gary spin move. In for 2. Kalen Gary getting it done inside the paint. He's got 8 points on the night. It's 43-34. The Jackrabbits leading by 9. Timeout called by the Roos. That's their second timeout. They have 2 remaining. 17:48 left in the game. The Jackrabbits up 43-34. We'll take it with them. Be back after the timeout.
There are many things in life that can get in the way of a great night's sleep. Your bed doesn't have to be one of them. You can find many options for your nest bed at the locally owned and operated Mattress by Appointment, located both in Brookings and Watertown. Mattress by Appointment has a wide selection of mattresses at prices below traditional retail stores. To make an appointment, you can text or call them at 605-695-8223. Mattress by Appointment is a proud sponsor of KSDJ 90.7.
Welcome back in here after the media timeout. It's 43-34. Jackrabbits ahead by 9. 17:48 remains in the game. Jackrabbits starting off strong here at the start of the second half. Forcing the Roos to use their second timeout. Just waiting for everything to get ordered here and the Roos to get back out here after the media timeout. Jackrabbits head coach is Brian Peterson, leading the squad here for South Dakota State. Jackrabbits spreading it around here just for the group out there. You got Joe Seiler with 3 points, Kalen Gary with 8, Matthew Morris with 10, Jaden Jackson with 7, and then Damon Wilkinson with 8 as well. So spreading it around a little bit here. Each player getting a piece of the points. So the Roos will inbound it. It's going to be Chris Dockery out there to send it in. And Dockery gets it in here for C.J. Evans. Outside the arc. He's going to have it. And then pass left. Here is Branch looking for the three-point shot. No good. Diving in for the second chance points. Jason Petty gets in there for 2. Jaden Jackson give to Kalen Gary. Gary to Seiler. Back over to Kalen Gary. Step back outside the three-point line. Gary, spin move inside now. Working against defender. Gary, tough 2 is good. 45-36 now. The Jackrabbits ahead by 9 still. 17 minutes remain in the second. Basketball in the hands of Jason Petty and the Roos. Now gives C.J. Evans. Evans back over to Petty. It's 5 seconds on the shot clock now. Petty, spin move, up is off. No good. Rebounded underneath the basket by the Kansas City Roos. Trying again. It was Dockery. Couldn't make it happen. Rebounded this time by Matthew Morse. Joe Seiler, quick inside, bounce pass. Damon Wilkinson up for 2. That one took a tough bounce off the rim. No good. Chris Dockery gives to C.J. Evans. Here over to Jason Petty again. Inside is Jerome Palm. Palm working against Damon Wilkinson. And Palm is up for 2. 45-38. The Jackrabbits ahead by 7. 16 minutes remaining in this second half. Damon Wilkinson with the basketball for SDSU. Trying to force his way inside the paint. Got in there but couldn't make a clean bucket. Jerome Palm on the rebound there. Here is C.J. Evans moving right. And outside the three-point arc. Give to Palm. Palm bounce pass inside to Carmelo Branch. Branch spin move against Kalen Gary. Up for 2. It's good. Jacks lead it by 5 after the 2-point bucket by Branch. 15-27 remaining in the second half. Jackson to Kalen Gary, center three-point line. Here's Matthew Moores on the near side. Damon Wilkinson outside the 3. Joe Seiler going far side, now inside the arc. Tried for 2 and got caught up a whistle.
Number 23, Darian Scott. For the Jackrabbits, number 12, Buck Delra. Number 35, Alex Squire.
Substitutions coming in here for both teams as we're going to be in a media timeout. 15-12 remaining in the second half. Media timeout as the Jackrabbits lead at 45-40. We'll be back after this.
This portion of KSCJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings Park West. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
There are many things in life that can get in the way of a great night's sleep. Your bed doesn't have to be one of them. You can find many options for your nest bed at the locally owned and operated Mattress by Appointment, located both in Brookings and Watertown. Mattress by Appointment has a wide selection of mattresses at prices below traditional retail stores. To make an appointment, you can text or call them at 605-695-8223. Mattress by Appointment is a proud sponsor of KSDJ 90.7.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by Kraft. Great food, fresh flavors, and a local touch. That's Kraft. From mouth-watering sandwiches and crisp salads to juicy burgers, steak, and pasta, there's something for everyone. Experience their famous cheesecake. Handcrafted and family-owned, you can find Kraft on the corner of 6th Street and Maderi. Reservations are appreciated.
Welcome back in to First Bank and Trust Arena. I'm Ben Anderson with Collegian Sports. 15-12 remaining in the game. Jackrabbits lead it by 5. It's 45-40. Jackrabbits on the inbound. It's Joe Seiler. Seiler quick inside the paint. Spin move up for 2 on a step back. It's drained. Nice bucket there by Joe Seiler. A clean one off the inbound. 15 minutes remaining now in the game. Kansas City with the basketball. It's C.J. Evans. He gives to Jason Petty. Petty, center three-point line, looks right. There's C.J. Evans. Evans inside to Palm. Bounce pass underneath the basket for Scott as there was 3 seconds left on the shot clock. Scott gets it in for 2. 47-42. Jackrabbits are leading by 5. It's 14:27 remaining. Joe Seiler passes over to Jaden Jackson. Deep three, Jaden Jackson off the front of the rim, no good. Came in short that time. Jerome Palm gets the rebound. He gives it over to C.J. Evans on the right side for Kansas City. Back to Palm, center three-point line. Inside, intended for Carmelo Branch. It heads out of bounds. Last touch by Jaden Jackson. Going to be inbounded here by Carmelo Branch and the Roos. 14:05 remains in the game. 13 seconds on the shot clock here for C.J. Evans as he moves right. Now left. Double team here coming from the Jackrabbits. Patty looked for an opening, found Scott inside the paint. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Whistle stops play.
Foul by number 12, Bubs Alvarez, his first
Bubs Alvarez picks up his first foul, first team foul of the second half.
shooting to number 23.
And that'll send Adarian Scott to the line to shoot 2. First one from Scott is good. Second one coming in here from Darian Scott is up and good as well. 47-44, the Jackrabbits lead by a narrow 3 with 13:50 remaining in the second half. Here is Jaden Jackson. Moving to his left, now right. Inside the arc, Jaden Jackson for 2. That one no good, a whistle.
Foul number 0, Carmelo Branch.
Foul on Carmelo Branch. First team foul, the second for Kansas City.
City 2, number 14, Jaden Jackson.
Sends Jaden Jackson to the line to shoot 2. Jackson's first is off the back of the rim.
Entering the game for the Roos, number 8, Trey Booker-Lowry, number 7, Machine Brady second. For the Jackrabbits, number 6, Jaden Rogers.
Second shot coming in here from Jaden Jackson. Up and good. Able to get 1 point out of that one. Jackrabbits with a 4-point lead. 13:36 remains in the game. As C.J. Evans off to the left, now center three-point line, gives to Krisheem Grady II. Inside to Scott. Scott inside the paint, spin move against Alex Squires, up for 2. That's off of the front of the rim, no good. Shot clock was about 6 seconds. Here is Joe Seiler. Seiler inside the paint, up for 2, and a whistle. The bucket did go in.
His first, second team foul. Shooting 2, number 3.
And they'll say foul before the bucket. So Seiler at the line shooting 2. It's 48-44. Jacks by 4. 13:08 remaining. First one from Seiler is good.
Entering the game for the Jackrabbits, number 10, Caleb Berry. For number 14, Jaden Jackson.
Second shot coming in here from Joe Seiler is also good. It'll make it a 50-44 game. The Jackrabbits up by 6. Here is C.J. Evans quick on the right side. C.J. Evans for the layup. It's good. A quick score there for Kansas City. Under 13 minutes remain now. And handed over to Bulbs Alvarez for the Jackrabbits. Moving inside the three-point line. Tried to get over to Kalen Gary. That one inaccurate. Kalen Gary in trouble. Has to pass out. Found Joe Seiler. Tiptoeing across that back sideline. Over to Alex Squires from Alvarez. And Squires able to get the 2-point bucket. 52-46. The Jackrabbits up by 6 now. 12:25 remaining in the second half. C.J. Evans on that right side gives to Adarian Scott. Handed it over to Kasheem Grady II. There's a step back 3, and it's nothing but net for Kasheem Grady II. It'll be 52-49. The Jackrabbits up by 3, sub-12 now in the game. Joe Seiler holding the basketball on the logo. Seiler passing out now, looking for space. Here's a step back 2. And off of the rim, took a lucky bounce, and that one's Jaden Rogers in for 2. He's on the board for the first time today. 54-49. The Jackrabbits up by 5. 11:30 remaining here in the second half. Trey Booker-Lowry with the basketball off on the right side, passing to C.J. Evans. Over to Grady II on the left side. Grady II moving inside the arc. Step back 3 with 1 second is no good. Attempted rebound there by Darian Scott. Had a good hand on it. Couldn't follow through. A whistle coming in. Foul's going to come in on Kansas City.
Number 6, Jaden Rogers. His first, second team foul.
No, they'll say it comes in on Jaden Rogers and the Jackrabbits. Second team foul for SDSU. 11:12 remaining here in the second half. We've got another media timeout. We'll take it with them. Be back after this on Collegiate Sports.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by Kraft. Great food, fresh flavors, and a local touch. That's Kraft. From mouth-watering sandwiches and crisp salads to juicy burgers, steak, and pasta, there's something for everyone. Experience their famous cheesecake. Handcrafted and family-owned, you can find Kraft on the corner of 6th Street and Maderi. Reservations are appreciated. This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings Park West. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
Welcome back in here to First Bank and Trust Arena. I'm Ben Anderson with Collegiate Sports. The Jackrabbits leading over the Kansas City Roos 54-49. 11 minutes, 12 seconds remaining in this one. Currently in immediate timeout. Jaden Rogers picked up a foul here for the Jackrabbits, so Roos going to be with the basketball as soon as this timeout ends. Don't think it was a shooting foul, so I think it was inbounding here. But we'll see. As both teams start to retake the court now. It's going to be an inbound here from the Roos in Jackrabbit territory. Inbound from C.J. Evans into Jerome Palm. Back over to Evans. He is on that right side. Quick inside to Grady, and Jaden Rogers with a shove in the back. The Jackrabbits. It's going to be a foul there.
Number 6, Jaden Rogers. His second, 13 foul, shooting 2. Number 7, Kasheem Grady.
And he was in the process, so it'll send Kasheem Grady the second to the line to shoot. First one is good for Grady the second. Makes it a 4-point game. Second one falls for Grady the second as well. It's a 3-point game now. 54-51. The Jackrabbits are going to be ahead by 3. 11:02 remaining. Kalen Gary to inbound for the Jacks. And Gary looking for someone open. And there's a big foul there as Gary was trying to inbound it, as Carmelo Branch shoved Jaden Jackson in the back, and Jackson ended up face down on the court. Third team foul comes in there for the Roos, and Kalen Gary will look to inbound it again. Looking for space, could not get it in, and it heads out of bounds. On Kansas City. So the Jacks will inbound it. 11:02 remaining in the game.
Substitution for the Jackrabbits, number 11, Matthew Moore.
Matthew Moores subs in for the Jacks. And Moores will take a stab at inbounding this thing. The Jackrabbits lead it by 3. Kalen Gary and Matthew Moores both at 10 points, leading the Jackrabbits side of things. This one gets into Kalen Gary. Spin around here to Hurdle, who's got it now for the Jackrabbits. Up inside the paint, given to Matthew Moores, getting double teamed, looking outside to Hurdle. And Hurdle forces it inside for Alex Squires, who gets it up for 2. 56-51. The Jackrabbits lead it by 5 now after the Squires bucket. 10:34 remaining in the game. over to Carmelo Branch. On the far side, it's Jason Petty. This one stolen away by Luke Hurdle. Hurdle to Moores, and the alley-oop is complete. Matthew Moores got it done underneath the basket, assisted there by Luke Hurdle. And this one blocked. Jaden Jackson as Grady II tried to get one up there. It's stolen away there by C.J. Evans. Alex Squires couldn't hold on to it. And here is a whistle. With 9:58 on the clock, a whistle. And the Kansas City Roos will inbound in Jackrabbit territory here. C.J. Evans with the basketball. Center three-point line, moving right now. C.J. Evans on the left side. Looking inside, up for two. It is Jerome Palm underneath the basket. 58 to 53. It's a 5-point game in favor of the Jackrabbits. 9:34 remaining in this one. Jaden Jackson moving quick inside. Looking outside for Matthew Moores, who keeps it alive. Kalen Gary, a jumping grab, wide open three. Kalen Gary, as that one routes out of the basket. Alex Squires with the rebound. Second chance here. Luke Hurdle couldn't get it up. Hurdle with the rebound. A third chance. Matthew Moores got it. Outside to Luke Hurdle. Matthew Moores wants it. He's looking at a defender in his face. Moores quick inside. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Step back two. No good. Rebounded there by Hurdle underneath the basket, and a jump ball is going to be called.
Jump ball, Jackrabbits possession.
Jackrabbits possession, so the Jacks will inbound here in Roos territory at 17 seconds on the shot clock. 8:59 on the game clock. Jaden Jackson to inbound. Got it into Damon Wilkinson. Whistle with 8:56.
Jerome Paul, his first 14 foul.
Foul on the Roos. 4th team foul there in the second half. And Damon Wilkinson gets it back. Wilkinson looking for Hurdle. Gets it over to Jaden Jackson. Here is Matthew Moores. Moores outside Kalen Gary. Gary driving inside. Spin move, triple teamed. Matthew Moores wide open for three. Moores caught the front of the rim, no good. Damon Wilkinson got a hand on it off of the rebound. And a foul coming.
Number 34, Damon Wilkinson, his second.
He picks up a foul. 4th team foul for the Jackrabbits. Damon Wilkinson guilty of that one. Jason Petty to inbound here for Kansas City. 8:37 remaining in the game. He gets it in here to C.J. Evans. And Evans up on the right side. He's going to shoot the three. That one airballs and goes out of bounds. And the fans letting them hear it. Matthew Moores will inbound it with 8:26 remaining. The Jackrabbits still 58 to 53 with the lead.
Number 23, Adarian Scott.
Moores with the inbound. Got it to Kalen Gary. Gary over to Jaden Jackson. Wide open, quarter three. That one short. Airballed that one. Here is Adarian Scott. Got that rebound. And Kasheem Grady II on the right side. Whistle stops play. 8:13 remaining in the second half. Foul on Damon Wilkinson. 5th team foul for the Jacks. 3rd foul for Damon Wilkinson. Kasheem Grady II to inbound it. Got it in here to Palm. He tries to go up for two, and that ball gets stuck into the crease of the basket. Whistle.
Number 34, Damon Wilkinson.
Wilkinson picks up his 4th foul and the 6th team foul for the Jackrabbits, and Wilkinson lets up the free throws there to Jerome Palm. He's going to be at the line shooting 2. Palm's first is short. No good.
Number 35, Alex Squire.
Jackrabbits have 0 points the last 2 minutes and 5 seconds. With Palm at the line, his second is good. 58-54, Jackrabbits by 4. Matthew Moore's inbounds to Joe Seiler. Seiler across half court. Just over 8 minutes remaining in the game now. Seiler, near side. Moving inside the three-point line in the paint. Seiler up for 2. That's off the glass. No good. A whistle. 7:55.
Jason Petty, his first 15 foul.
5th team foul for the Roos. Jason Petty picked it up. Media timeout's going to be taken at 7:55. Still plenty of game. And we're in a 4-point matchup with the Jacks in the lead. We'll take another break. We'll be back after the media timeout.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
There are many things in life that can get in the way of a great night's sleep. Your bed doesn't have to be one of them. You can find many options for your nest bed at the locally owned and operated Mattress by Appointment, located both in Brookings and Watertown. Mattress by Appointment has a wide selection of mattresses at prices below traditional retail stores. To make an appointment, you can text or call them at 605-695-8223. Mattress by Appointment is a proud sponsor of KSDJ 90.7.
Welcome back in. 7:55 remaining in this one. Jackrabbits lead at 58-54. Still in a media timeout here, just about to get out of it. Low-scoring game, as much as we would have expected this one to be a blowout in favor of the Jackrabbits. The Roos very much sticking in it. The Roos 4-14 overall, have 1 win in the Summit League, but still very much sticking with the Jackrabbits throughout. Joe Seiler going to be at the line. He'll shoot 2 after the foul committed by the Roos. This shot by Seiler could break the 0-point streak in the last 2 minutes and 18 seconds for the Jackrabbits. Seiler makes his first. Off the front of the rim, this time no good, and Matthew Moores gets the steal. Alex Squires in, and he's gonna get the and one. Alex Squires. A misfire from the Roos gives Matthew Moores the opportunity to steal, and Alex Squires comes flying in here to get that bucket and the and one. Alex Squires shooting 1. It's now 61-54. The Jackrabbits up by 7, and Squires' shot is no good. Rebounded by the Roos. Here is C.J. Evans up the right side for Kansas City. Fans letting him hear it for his previous airball three-point shot. 10 seconds on the shot clock for the Roos. This one stolen away by Jaden Jackson. And the Jackrabbits headed the other way. Quickly, here is Joe Seiler. Back to Jackson. Jackson quick outside the three-point line. And here is Moores over to Seiler. Corner three. Joe Seiler! Corner three for Joe Seiler on the far side. Just over 7 minutes remaining and a timeout. Kansas City is going to use their third timeout. I only have one remaining after this. 7:04 left in the game. Jackrabbits lead it by 10 now. Now, since the Jackrabbits started scoring, they're 6-0 their last 48 seconds compared to the Kansas City drought. 0 field goals, last 2 minutes and 36 seconds. Probably you need to take a timeout there if you're Kansas City. Still plenty of game left to play. Jackrabbits 10-point lead. Kansas City now with 6 fouls. Jackrabbits also with 6 fouls. Staying pretty even throughout this game. We'll see what Kansas City can figure out here in this timeout. Taking a look at their scoring leaders, it's Carmelo Branch with 12 points, followed by Jerome Palm with 11, and C.J. Evans with 9. Taking a look at the Jackrabbits scoring leaders, starts with Matthew Moores at 12, then Joe Seiler at 11, Kalen Gary at 10, tied with Alex Squires at 10. We're getting out of the media timeout for the Kansas City Roos, and we got 7:04 remaining here in the second half. 10-point lead for the Jacks. Roos to inbound. And it's stolen away by Jaden Jackson, who gets it up for 2. Inbound stolen away by Jaden Jackson, and he's going to get the 2-point bucket, and Matthew Moores is fired up down there. 6:50 remaining in the second half. C.J. Evans with it from Jerome Palm. Whistle. Foul's going to come in here on the Jacks. Kalen Gary picks up the foul. That's the 7th team foul. And the bonus goes to the Roos. At the line, shooting 2, it'll be Carmelo Branch. First one is off and taken away here by Kalen Gary. There to Squires. And over to Joe Seiler. Here, Kalen Gary, wide open 3. That off the front of the rim, no good. Squires trying to go for the rebound, and a whistle. Foul coming in on the Roos. 7th team foul for the Roos, and the Jackrabbits will be in the bonus. That'll put Alex Squires at the line, shooting 2. Substitutions coming in for the Roos.
Substitution number 7,
Kasheem Grady II in for Jason Petty. Alex Squires. First shot is up and good. Second shot from Squires is also good. The 68-54. The Jackrabbits out ahead by 12. C.J. Evans with the basketball on that right side for the Roos. Stolen away, Alex Squires gets it across half court. Here is Joe Seiler to finish it off for two. Now the Jackrabbits starting to run away with it, up by 16. And here's C.J. Evans on that right side. Getting it through, Alex Squires up for two. That's off the rim, no good. Taken away by Joe Seiler. Seiler headed the other way. Sub 6 minutes now remaining in the game. Seiler inside the three-point line in the paint. Spin move against the defender. Seiler outside. Jaden Jackson on the logo. Here is Squires. Looking for open space. Seiler, deep three. That's cashed! Unbelievable! Deep three from Joe Seiler. 16 points tonight for the Jackrabbits. 3 for 5 on three-pointers, and that one was from downtown. Joe Seiler on a rebound now, headed the other way for the Jackrabbits, on fire. 5 minutes remaining in the game, and the Jackrabbits up by 19. Alex Squires over to Kalen Gary. Gary pulls up for three. That's deep off the back rim and out. Carmelo Branch passing over to Grady the second. He hits a three-point shot for the Roos. They'll make it 73-57. Jackrabbits still ahead by 16. 4:30 remaining in the second half. Here's Jaden Jackson near side, moving inside the three-point arc now, inside the paint, over to Alex Squires through the back door, able to get it done for two. 75-57. Timeout's going to be called here as the Jackrabbits start to run away with it in the second half. Timeout going to be called here by the Jackrabbits. And we'll be in a media timeout. So we'll take it with them, be back right after this.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
So what's a great way to spread awareness that driving high is illegal everywhere? A catchy song, of course.
You can run, but you can't drive high. You can run, but you can't drive high.
Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Welcome back in here. 4:17 remaining in this one. The Jackrabbits running away with it late in the second half. 75-57. Much to the credit of Joe Seiler. 16 points tonight for the Jackrabbits. Just overtook Matthew Moores and Alex Squires as the South Dakota State point leader. He's 5 for 8 on field goals, 3 for 5 on three-pointers, and 3 for 4 on free throws. 3 rebounds as well, and Seiler hit one almost from the logo. There, a three-point shot cashed in from Joe Seiler towards the end of that last series. And we get underway here with the Roos in possession. C.J. Evans here over to Kasheem Grady II on the left side. Gets it over to center at Jason Petty and Carmelo Branch. Up for two, off the back of the rim, no good. Matthew Moore's on the rebound. Sub 4 minutes now remaining in the game. Jaden Jackson's going to take it across half court. Holding on to it, just running some clock down. Here is Kalen Gary, far side, over to Damon Wilkinson. Matthew Moores has it outside the three-point line. Moores over to Kalen Gary. Gary getting inside, 7 seconds. Kalen Gary, step back two, cashes it in. 77-57, the Jackrabbits leading by 20 now. 3:24 remaining in the game. And Grady the second pulls up for three on that left side, and he makes another one. Grady the second, that's going to be his fourth three-pointer of the game. Here is Jaden Jackson over to Matthew Moores. Joe Seiler for three on that far side, and he cashes it in. Joe Seiler on that far side, able to get another three-point shot. The Jackrabbits will keep their lead of 20 as we're entering under 3 minutes. Basket is no good. Rebounded there by Kalen Gary. Here is Seiler again on that far side. Wide open for three again. He cashed another one. Joe Seiler for three. Joe Seiler now with 22 points through this one. Lighten it up here late in the second half. Grady the second trying for three. That one rims off. Matthew Moore's on the rebound. Getting it over to Jaden Jackson. Jackson on the near side. Over to Damon Wilkinson. Wilkinson into Jaden Jackson again, near side, outside the three-point line. Jackson, Damon Wilkinson again. 9 seconds on that shot clock. Wilkinson driving forward, up for two, and they'll count it.
Wilkinson fouled on the shot.
And one coming in for Damon Wilkinson as he was fouled on that shot. Minute 48 remaining in the second half. And substitutions being made for the Jackrabbits. Joe Seiler getting a standing ovation here from some fans. Wilkinson's shot is good for the and one. It's 86-60. The Jackrabbits leading Kansas City by 26. Grady the second out there for Kansas City, working on that near side. Crossing over now, center three-point shot taken, no good. Bubs Alvarez on the rebound for SDSU. Minute 30 now remaining in the game. Damon Wilkinson, center three-point line, gives to Luke Hurdle. Hurdle into Damon Wilkinson, and up for Rogers. Jaden Rogers in for two with an assist from Damon Wilkinson. 88-60 the score. Jacks leading by 28. Here is Grady on that far side shooting again. Jaden Rogers able to pick up the rebound there on that missed shot. 1 minute remaining here in the second half, and Luke Hurdle's going to have it on that far side for SDSU. Spin move up for two. Hurdle off the glass and in. 90-60 the score now. The Jackrabbits up by 30. 48 seconds remain in the game. Grady the second over to his teammate Trey Booker Lowry, and a whistle as he was going up for it. 41 seconds on the clock. And it'll be an inbound here from the Roos. They get it in cleanly. Get it to Trey Booker Lowry underneath the basket. Up for two is Babinge.
Taylor does his first 18 foul. Shooting two, number 21.
34. Babinge going to be shooting two. And his first is through. Second one is off the rim, no good. Picked up by Jaden Rogers. The foul comes in. 19th foul for the Jackrabbits. There as Trey Booker Lowry is going to be at the line shooting 2 more. That one no good. Fans cheering. They want their free wings for Buffalo Wild Wings if he misses this one. Trey Booker Lowry at the line. Up and through. It took a bad bounce for the fans here. Looked like it wasn't going in, but it takes a good bounce out the back of the rim and falls. Luke Hurdle coming in here with 25 seconds remaining and gives it over to Damon Wilkinson. More time on the game clock than shot clock. Bubs Alvarez has it. There's about a 5-second difference. Luke Hurdle now with it. And Hurdle has it on the logo. And there's going to be a shot clock violation with 3.2 seconds remaining. The Roos can end it out. And that's what they'll do at the logo. Closing it out here. 90-62. The Jackrabbits get a big win against the Kansas City Roos and advance their record. The Jackrabbits will move to 10-10 on the regular season, 500, and 3-2 in the conference. Able to get that above 500. There with a big win against Kansas City. Taking a look at some stats here. Best scorer for Kansas City was Grady II. He had 14 points, 4 for 8 on three-point shots. He only shot three-point shots today, and then had 2 for 2 on free throws, followed by Palm, Branch, and Evans there behind him with 11, 12, and 9 consecutively. Taking a look at South Dakota State, Joe Seiler lighting it up late in the second half, had 22 points through this one. A lot of them coming in the second half. I think he had 6 after the first half. He was 7 for 10 on field goals, 5 for 7 on three-point shots, and 3 for 4 on free throws. 3 rebounds as well for Joe Seiler. He led the team in points. Kalen Gary and Matthew Moores tied at second with 12 apiece. Kalen Gary with 6 for 10 on field goals, 0 for 4 on three-point shots, 3 rebounds, 5 assists for Gary. Matthew Moores had 5 for 8 on field goals, 1 for 2 on three-pointers, 1 for 1 on free throws, 11 rebounds, and 4 assists for Matthew Moores. Damon Wilkinson with 11 points. He had 5 for 10 and 1 for 1 on free throws, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. Actually, Alex Squires came in second behind Joe Seiler with 14 points. He was 6 for 6 on field goals and 2 for 5 on free throws, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Jane Jackson came in with 10 points at 4 for 9 field goals, 1 for 3 on three-pointers. 1 for 5 on three-pointers, 1 for 2 on free throws, 2 rebounds, 5 assists as well. Luke Hurdle had 2 points today. Rogers with 4 points today for the Jackrabbits, also had 2 rebounds. Bubs Alvarez, 3 points today, 2 rebounds, 2 assists as well. And that is our starting group for the Jackrabbits. Huge game for Joe Seiler, 22 points today and a crazy 3-point shot from deep. And in the first half, Matthew Moores had the and 1 on the dunk, 2 dunks today for Matthew Moores as well. So just a great game for the Jackrabbits overall here for the men's side of things. Taking a look at what's coming up for the Jackrabbits again. The next broadcast we'll have for you should be a men's game, and that'll be at home on Saturday, January 31st at 2 p.m. That'll be on Collegiate Sports against Oral Roberts. So tune in for that one. Coming up next for the men's team, they're going to travel to St. Paul, take on St. Thomas January 22nd on Thursday at 8 p.m. You can catch that one on the Jackrabbit Sports Network. So the Jacks close this one out with a win, 90-62 over Kansas City. I have been Ben Anderson for Collegiate Sports. Thanks for listening to me through these 2 games. The women's game didn't go our way, but the men's game, we got a win here tonight, and that's what you want to see for the Jackrabbits as we head into February and then March Madness, of course. As always, go big, go blue, go Jacks. I've been Ben Anderson for Collegiate Sports. Have a good night, everybody.